hello, everybody, and welcome back to Stars Align Universe. Today's podcast episode is going to be the full moon to full moon tarot reading. So we had the full moon recently, earlier this month, and that was the harvest moon, and it was an Aries sign. So I wanted to do a reading of the full moon to the full moon, all signs, to kind of see what we can know, hear, find out. So if that's something you're interested, please stay tuned. All right. And please remember that this reading is for entertainment purposes only. It's not meant to be taken seriously. Please only take what resonates and leave the rest for another person to claim. Also, check other placements in your birth chart, as the messages may also resonate there for you. So with that being said, let's get into this reading. We are going to go Aries to Pisces as always, and then we're going to go into the elements and then the collective energy, all right? So starting with the sign of Aries in a moment here. Okay, cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space. Cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space, please. Cleanse the cards and the energy and the space. Please consider following the podcast. And if you are watching on YouTube, hello, please consider subscribing to my channel. And yeah, all right. Let's start with Aries. What do we need to know for the full moon to the full moon? What are the messages? Spirit guide, guardian angels, ancestors, we ask you to join us in this reading to tell us about the Aries to Pisces full moon to full moon energy. And what is it we need to know? So Aries, what do you need to know for this full moon to full moon? So full moon from October to November. What do we have for you? So Aries, you have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. You have the King of Swords, and then you have the Two of Pentacles. So what this is saying for you, Aries, is you may be feeling at one point you were feeling a little bit lack of finances or stability. I do see you leaving this a little bit between the full moons and starting to be able to find something that brings you stability. With the King of Swords, that can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, but I also see that as truth and clarity and understanding being brought forward to you. With the Two of Pentacles, you may feel a little bit unbalanced, right? But I do see opportunities for balance in the future. But right now, during this time, like you may feel unbalanced, but you are seeing truth in situations and you are gaining understanding and knowledge, all right, to help you move forward. What do we have for Taurus, please? Full moon to full moon. Taurus, you have the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Five of Wands in reverse, and the Two of Swords. So Taurus, you have a little bit of lack in your love life, if that resonates with you, or just a little bit lack in communications of love. So you and a partner may not be communicating clearly. With the Five of Wands in reverse, I do see a little bit lack of building energy. So I see maybe in your connection, you feel like you're not building the way you want to. And then with the Two of Swords, somebody is listening to negativity around them, which could very well be you, Taurus. All right. So that is something for you to be mindful of. All right. Next, we have the Geminis. So, Gemini, what do we have for you? Geminis. Okay. You have the Five of Swords. So, full moon to full moon for the Geminis, you have the Five of Swords. I just said that right. Yeah, Five of Swords, Three of Swords in reverse, and the Page of Wands in reverse. So for you, Gemini, I do see you kind of hearing what other people are saying, maybe a little bit of negative thinking on your own will and a little bit of fears. Okay. With the Three of Swords in reverse, I do see you leaving some kind of like heartbreak situation, or maybe some of you are feeling down on yourselves about like maybe some kind of work situation or something. And I do see you kind of understanding with that negativity thinking or other people speaking negatively about you. That is kind of like their opinion kind of situation. And then the Three of Swords is you leaving heartbreak behind. With the Page of Wands in reverse, I do see you a little bit slow on working on things that you really want, or a little bit slow moving energy in a connection. I don't see you necessarily as leaving a connection, but I do see a little bit more of a slowing down energy. Okay. Cancer, what do we have for you today for the full moon to the full moon? Cancer, you have the Seven of Wands in reverse, the Fool in reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles. So Cancers, what I see for you is you're lacking a little bit of peace. The Fool is, you're definitely, a little bit of pause and hesitancy or whatever the word is. Sorry, I can't speak today apparently. So you're lacking peace, you're a little bit of a pause, unsure of the direction, maybe a little bit of fears of taking a leap in something that you really want to try. But the Eight of Pentacles is showing that you are trying to work on fixing what it is that needs to be fixed and or building on foundations for career. All right. Leo, what do we have for you? Full moon to full moon. You have the Ten of Swords in reverse, the Page of Wands in reverse, and the Three of Swords in reverse. So, Leos, what I see for you is you're not really walking away from anything. The Page of Wands, I'm seeing you definitely standing in a relationship and moving through any kind of complications that you may have had in a connection with somebody. All right. Virgo, what do we have for you? No, full moon to full moon. You have the Four of Cups, the Temperance in reverse, and the Ace of Cups. So Virgo, what I see for you here is you are definitely not seeing something clearly, or you're letting your emotions block obviously opportunities for you. With the Temperance in reverse, I do see a little bit lack of patience. All right. And then the Ace of Cups, I do see a little bit of movement forward, but it's only small movement forward. Now, if that's in love, I do see you very negative about something, lacking patience, but then at some point it's like a little bit of budge in love, or if it's career, it's a budge finally, education, something. It's something that is like that you're very passionate about, or it gives you emotion. I do see it eventually moving, but you are kind of in the stagnancy kind of energy and lacking patience. And I see for many of you, you're lacking patience with yourself. Okay. Libra, what do we have for you? Libras, we have the High Priestess, the Three of Wands in reverse, and the Ten of Wands in reverse. So Libras, for you, I see that you are definitely looking for a higher level of commitment, or you are just learning to find a higher level commitment with yourself. The Three of Wands in reverse, I do see no real new direction in anything. And the Ten of Wands is you not walking away. Now, I do like the 3 to the 10. So I do see here clearly that whatever is causing some kind of issue in this department, with the reversals, you are going to work on it. And the High Priestess is showing you that there is more higher learning you can learn about within yourself or others, something like that. All right. Scorpio, what do we have for you? Scorpio, you have the Ten of Wands in reverse, the Seven of Cups in reverse, and the Ace of Wands. So for you, Scorpio, I see you not walking away from something. However, you are holding on to some kind of emotional baggage that causes a little bit of conflict. Okay. And with that Ace of Wands, it is ruining the passion of a connection you are having. Okay. Sagittarius, what do we have for you? Sagittarius, we have the King of Swords in reverse, the Six of Cups, and the Hierophant in reverse. So Sagittarius, you are definitely there's a lot of situations around you that may be a little bit deceiving to you. The Six of Cups is showing me that you are paying attention to a lot more positive energy. All right. And then the Hierophant in reverse is definitely not seeing something clearly. So there's deception around you. You're kind of just trying to see the positives of everything. However, your spirit of self may be trying to give you signs and synchronicities, or trying to connect with you, like even a guide or something is trying to show you something, and it is time for you to pay attention. Okay, Capricorn, what do we have for you? Capricorn, you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Six of Wands in reverse, and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So full moon to full moon, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So there is no real growth in a situation, or there might be stagnancy. But the Six of Wands in reverse, I do see a lack of kind of that independent energy. And then the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, or sorry, the Knight of Cups, I do see no real movement in love situations, or no real movement at all. You have a lot of stagnant energy. So some of you I see maybe feeling stuck and trying to find ways to get out of this stuck kind of energy, whether it's stability, passions, or love. because all three of those showed up. So I kind of see that being a focal point for you between the full moons. All right. And Aquarius, you have the Four Swords in reverse, the Queen of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. Man, this Ten of Wands keeps showing up. Okay. So what does that mean for you? You have the Four Swords in reverse. So Aquarius, I see many of you leaving that kind of like rest, reserve, resilient kind of energy, whatever, relaxation, and kind of understanding now where you want to be. Okay, with that Queen of Cups, I do see you very much honing your emotions in something, and the Ten of Wands walking away. So for some of you, you had felt a betrayal of some type. You were now understanding your emotions and honing them, and you were leaving whatever it was behind you. Okay, if that doesn't resonate, obviously it doesn't, but if it does, I see this being as a very passionate, this is not going to work for me. Okay. Pisces, finally, what do we have for you, Pisces? Full moon to full moon. Pisces, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Two of Wands. So the Queen of Pentacles is telling me you are very stable. Okay. In your situation, or you feel stable right now. Okay. With the Five of Cups in reverse is you are holding on to emotions. I feel like you're holding back emotions because you don't want to cause a disruption. And with the Two of Wands, I do see new directions, whether it's passion or focusing on other things so you don't get stressed out about whatever it is here that may be bothering you a little bit. Okay. So what do we have next? We have the fire signs. So let's get the fire signs full moon to full moon overall. What is the fire signs full moon to full moon? So that is going to be the Page of Cups, the Star card in reverse, and the moon. So fire signs, you have a little bit communications and love or commitments or something. The star in reverse does show, however, it is not exactly where you want it to be. If you're in a relationship, I definitely see this as, this is not where I want it to be, but I understand where I have to build it with that moon, is you looking within and understanding what you need to do in order to get to that star card energy. Okay. Earth signs, not fire signs, earth signs. What do we have for you for full moon to full moon overall? What is it for the earth signs? All right. What do the earth signs need? The King of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Cups, and the Six of Wands. So earth signs, for you overall, you need to see deception as it is. Okay. The Knight of Cups is definitely higher levels of commitment is possible in a connection. However, some of you may be better off on your own with that Six of Wands. Okay. I heard resilience. So that's what some of you may need to understand. Sometimes it's just better to be on your own. All right. Air signs. What does the air signs have for full moon to full moon, please? So what do they need to know? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear? Air signs, you have the Lovers in reverse, which is Gemini energy. You also have the Star card in reverse, which I can see as Aquarius energy. So overall, I see Gemini, Libra, Aquarius sitting here very strong in this reading. The Lovers in reverse, the Page of Cups, and the Star card in reverse. So what I see here is a little bit of lack of connective energy or a lack of self-love. Some of you may need to work on that with that Page of Cups. I see it in connections, but also in yourself. And the Star card in reverse is saying some of you may realize this is not what you want, and you may work with your partner to something else, or you may work on your own, or some of you may leave a connection because it's not what you actually want. However, and I also see career for some of you. Some of you may have to be honest with yourself on what it is that you truly want and what you truly envision, because your vision may be unclear. Okay. Water signs. What do we have for the water signs? Full moon to full moon, please. What do we have for the water signs? Full moon to full moon, please. What do we have for the water signs for full moon to full moon, please? Okay. No, they said no. What do we have for water signs for full moon to full moon? What do we have for water signs for full moon to full moon? What do we have for water signs for full moon to full moon? Okay, water signs, you have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, the Moon card, and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So what I see for you is you need to give energy. Okay, giving and receiving, right? The Moon in reverse is a little bit of introspection. This is also very water sign energy, Pisces, but I also see like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, right? Can be in that card. And then the Ten of Pentacles in reverse is you're not quite at that stable overall, like solid foundation, but Also, I don't see this. Sometimes the Ten of Pentacles can mean like endings, right? So I see you really working on what it is you need to work on, and individually, okay, and not just like family related, but individually, so that you can find some kind of grace, if that makes any sense to you. And then next, let's do the collective. What is the collective reading? Okay. What is the collective energy? What do we need to know as a collective for full moon to full moon? What do we need to know as a collective for full moon to full moon? What do we need to know as a collective for full moon to full moon? What is it we need to know as a collective from full moon to full moon, please? Okay. And we have the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So collective, first of all, this is saying that some of us do not know how to communicate properly, okay, or a lack of communication. And that is the only way we're ever going to get anything solved, is if we actually communicate. However, some of us may need to learn how to communicate a little better. With the Knight of Swords in reverse, that is slow moving energy. So you may also have slow communication about something. With the Three of Pentacles in reverse, I do see a little bit of lack of building. So slow communication, slow moving energy, lack of building. Some of you may be leaving a relationship, some of you may not. Some of you may be in a stagnant energy in work, and some of you may be running out of creative ideas, is kind of something I'm thinking. And some of you may have fears on how to communicate what it is you really want in a connection and career with yourself, kind of energy, if you get what I'm saying. All right. If that resonated, great. If not, please leave it for another person to claim. I appreciate your time as always, and I will see you again very soon. I hope you have a lovely, wonderful, beautiful, fantastic day wherever you are in the world, whether it is evening, night, day, afternoon, um, you're out in space, whatever resonates. Thanks, and I hope you have a good one. Bye.